Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel Music School Hustle, where we discuss all the latest tips and tricks for improving, marketing, and managing your music lessons business. And today I'm going to be talking to you about a very cool thing that me and my studio get to do, which is performances in the community and why they are important and how they can help your business grow, what the great benefits are for those. So let's first of all discuss why you would want to put extra effort into doing performances in the community. Now, I'm not talking about recitals, which are great parameters for kind of judging how your students are improving and growing. Especially parents really love to see their students in a performance setting like a recital. I'm talking about more legitimate community performances where strangers might be coming out and seeing your students perform. So the way that these community performances often work, or the benefits that they have, is that you are going to be not only retaining your student base, but you're also bringing marketing towards your business, connecting with other business owners, and providing a stamp on the community too, so that everybody else who's seeing this event really understands that you have a lot to offer as a business owner, not just for your students but for people outside. So you're making kind of a ripple effect, and that can be a really cool thing as well. So let's talk about how it helps you to retain your student base. Students who are becoming more advanced and whose goal is to perform are really looking to you as the music teacher to give them some of those opportunities for performance. Yes, they can go out and seek them themselves, but a lot of times we're dealing with situations in which students or parents are novices about really how to get those performance opportunities, those chances to be on the stage, those experiences that will help them then, if they're really considering a pathway in their life that's related to music, will help them then, build up their resume and start to build up their confidence and their creativity as budding young artists. So it's really up to you to provide that extra service of giving these students opportunities to really grow and perform. So, these students who are becoming more advanced, or even higher level intermediate students, if you feel comfortable putting them out there to perform, and if they feel comfortable, they're really going to stick around much longer because you're providing much more value to them in the long haul. There's a certain point where they're going to start to outgrow you a little bit because their skill level is going to get higher and higher and higher, but you provide value then in giving them these experiences for collaboration with other students, these experiences for performance out in the community, which is really invaluable. And a lot of studios don't do that. They might do the recitals, but they don't really connect and see how they can provide music to the community and provide opportunities for these young musicians to perform. So that's number one, is you're going to help retain your student base. And you want to keep your more advanced students happy, right? Because if they're doing well and they're really getting out there showing what they can do, it looks much better for you too as a teacher, and they might send some other people your way. You get kind of a reputation of being known as a teacher who really works with young talent. So that can be really a beneficial thing for you as well. But it's really going to keep that student base happy. Second thing is, it's going to help you with your marketing, right? It's not always the fastest way to market, but as I kind of mentioned before, if you're retaining that student base, they might refer you. But the other way is, usually to these events, you can bring some flyers, you can bring a poster or whatever, or a little sign that explains that, these are the students of blah, 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 music studio. If you're interested in learning and having opportunities like this to perform, or learning more about our lessons, please visit our website at blah, 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 blah. And it's a really subtle way to market that's not super in your face, like, please buy. No, it's not like that. It's just, you're demonstrating, again, this is what I can do. These are the type of opportunities that you'll receive. And oftentimes people kind of meander over and they come and talk to you through there. The other thing that you can do is, if you have the student's permission, video some of these performances. And we'll talk about, ways that might be useful to get you other performances down the line, but it's also for the immediate future. After the performance, you can post those online on your social media or your website, and it's a really good, again, demonstration of what you can do. And oftentimes I like to share it and then tag the student in, because it's a great shout out to them in a very supportive way, and oftentimes then the parent will share it with other people, so you get some kind of free marketing and advertising there too. So that's a really great way to reach out and expand your business in a more direct way. So you're retaining your base, and you're marketing to more people through some of the ways that I just explained. You also have a way to connect with other business owners, right? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You always want to come from that perspective. You never want to come to a business owner and be like, what can you give me? I need this. No. You come at it from, I've got some great talented young musicians who can really help you with this event, and we'll do it for free. There's no need to pay us, because these are not professionals, and I understand that, but they are talented singers or piano players or whatever. And in turn, they'll be bringing their families. You'll be getting some business, and I'll be getting some business too because of your customers. So we kind of help each other out. So you're building valuable connections, and you're also keeping yourself on the forefront of that business owner's mind, so that if they hear someone that needs music lessons, they can refer you, and vice versa. So those connections that you have with other business owners are really, really invaluable, and you really want to cultivate those. If you haven't already too, on a side note, without getting too off topic here, it's a really good idea as a business owner to join some sort of networking group, because business owners have to support each other, and it can be lonely when you're running your own business as a sole proprietor, maybe with one or two other people working for you. And it's good to have other people to turn to for support and referrals. So building those business relationships is also a great thing that will come out of doing performances in the community. And lastly, the great benefit of this is that you are providing something of value to your community at large, right? So you're providing value to your students, you're providing value to your business, you're providing value to other business owners, and you're providing value to the community at large, because you're giving something, you're helping bring this music and this artistry out to them, right? You're adding something additional to an experience. So, like, for example, on Saturday, we just performed at a farmer's market, and it's a beautiful way to connect with these other business owners and see all the great foods and stuff that they have brought in, and different artisan crafts and everything. But the music really adds another dimension to that experience, and it creates a more immersive environment for the customers. So you're providing value to the community, and as such, again, you're staying fresh in their mind as a legitimate business, one that cultivates respect, and so that is a great thing too at large. So those are all the reasons why. Again, going over those, retaining your student base, building your business, building relationships with other owners, and helping the community out at large. So these are all great reasons for trying to reach out and do the studio performances in the community. So let's talk about how do you get those experiences? Well, the first thing that you need to know is nobody gets anything by not asking, right? So you always have to go and reach out and ask. And I know that some people get a little bit skittish with following up and stuff, and it can be a little awkward. The only thing I can tell you is that it gets easier the more that you do it, the more that you kind of reach out. I mean, don't hassle anybody. It's not They're not obligated to do anything, but reach out and see, like, look for opportunities. Keep your eyes open for opportunities where you might be bringing this value to the table. For example, my studio, there's a local Halloween festival that happens every year. They just started a couple years back, and another business owner reached out to me to see if I wanted to put music out on a table as a vendor and, you know, pay $25 or whatever it was to support the event. I said, okay, well, actually, let me do you one better. I'm going to ask the person who's running this if they would like music for that event, because we can do Halloween music. Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. Let's do Halloween music. So I reached out to him and I said, you know, are you interested in having music for this event, Phyllis? I said, absolutely. So we went and we provided that music. It was a blast. We got to dress up, do Zombie by the Cranberries, do Werewolves of London, things like that. It was awesome. There was a few hundred people there in food trucks, so I got some free advertising, which was great. But there was another music studio. I remember one of the parents saying to me, who said, why did they get it? And she said, well, I think they asked, you know, so if you ask and you shall receive sometimes. So a lot of the time, you know, all the time you're not going to get any of those opportunities if you don't ask, right? So sometimes you might get turned away and say, no, we're not interested in that. But it doesn't mean that you should then hide and not ask for those opportunities. So ask is the first thing. Second thing is, if you've ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People, you always want to make sure you come from the standpoint of, this is what I can provide you, not here's what you should be giving me. You know, a lot of people come at that perspective. And now that I'm becoming a little bit more established, my business is becoming a little more established in the community, I always get irritated when I get an email that's kind of like, here, can you put this on your website? It's like, okay, yeah, I'd be happy to. So what are you gonna do in return? It's like, you know, so you don't just come out from what can you give me? Come at it from the other person's perspective. So I always come at it from, you know, again, this is what we can provide you, a great musical experience with the free of cost. This, you know, and you would look good too because you're supporting young musicians in the community. So tell me what you think. So that would be the second thing. The third thing that I would say, very important, and this is where it comes back into getting those videos and stuff together, you need to provide proof, all right? Proof that that your musicians are capable of handling this kind of level of performance. Oftentimes, you know, when someone would receive an email like this, they'd probably think, oh no, they're going to have some kid who's just been taking like 3 months of lessons go up and play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star at the piano, you know, and that's not what we're looking for, obviously. This is a more professional looking event. And you should be showcasing your strongest students. And this is also motivation for those other students, by the way, to work harder and get these opportunities. So you can always encourage them to come along and say, you know, if you work hard, if you practice, this is where you could end up in a few months out doing these performances in the community, which will open more doors for you as a musician, if that's something you're interested in. But what I would say, circling back to providing proof, is you want to make sure that you get some sort of video recording in your email and send it, or audio recording, and send it to the person that you're asking permission to perform at their event, because they're not just going to take your word for it. You could say all sorts of flowery things. You really want to make sure that that you're providing proof that you can do it. So get out there and do some performances. They can be so beneficial for you, for these young musicians, for these other businesses in the community, for the community at large. It's so, so important. That's what it's all about, is connecting with other people through music. And it can be a lot of work, but when you do it, it's a really beautiful thing. So, all right. So as usual, if you have any comments, please leave them below, and click subscribe if you would like to see some of the latest videos that we have about running a music studio here, and if you have any questions or any videos that you would like me to do, please leave a comment below. I'm going to try to get these videos up as quickly as possible. We're actually in the process of moving house, so it's been a little bit hectic, but anyway, best of luck, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.